sites out there, and you reeled off a couple. There's WordPress, there's Carrot, there's other ones. So I think first and foremost is you need to have a website, because you need to be able to measure. And when I say website, I'm sort of all encompassing with the tracking on the website. The second part is when you're setting up PPC. I think it comes down to knowing what again, if you haven't entered into the game before, I think it's knowing the areas that you've got experience in. So is that multifamily? Is it single family? Is it, I don't know, mobile homes? What is your widget there? What is your, we call it our avatar. So what is your point of differentiation? Is it places that are under 200,000? Is it 100,000? Whatever that looks like. So you've got to be really clear on the ideal seller or the type of house that you're trying to acquire. The reason I say that is because that doesn't change across industries. Like I've built e-commerce, I built the digital strategy for L'Oreal within UK and Europe for all their luxury division. I've done that for loads of other brands, and everything's the same. It comes back to the consumer, knowing your consumer. Without that, you can't market. So that is so integral to PPC, because then that helps then the next piece. So we've got the website, we've got the knowing your avatar, as we call it. And then the third point would be always start really restrictive. So when I say restrictive, you want to be targeting on those locations that you know. Don't be going like statewide or anything like that. Try and flesh out the motive. What is the reason that someone will want to do that behavior? So if I bring it back to real estate, it's like sell fast, or if it's in like the skincare world or fashion world, it might be, hey, like get 10% off or free shipping, or there's got to be a motive in there to encourage that click. But again, coming back to the restriction for someone, I would always go an exact match, which means that Google's not going to allow you to, they're not going to make your ad appear in relevant terms. And when I say that, there's 3 different match types at the moment: broad match, phrase match, and exact match. Exact match is the most restrictive. So if I say, if I want to bid on the term sell my house fast or sell your house fast, that's the only terms your ad's going to appear for. If I was to use the word phrase, and Google will try and encourage you to use phrase and broad, if I had sell my house fast, they could have sell my boat house fast, sell my doll's house fast, sell my dog's house fast. This is where people come unstuck. So I'd always say be as restrictive as possible, and that's using exact match, using your locations. Your ad copy, you can't really, that's not going to cost you anything unless they're clicking on your ad anyway. So it's getting back to, what are the areas? An area for me is one, because that's where your houses are going to be, the risks that you're wanting to, or the type of consumer is going to be operating. And then the terms are the motive to get them out of there. So
that's such good info. I never thought of that. I'm picturing like my leading guy, like, I got a guy who wants to sell his house for $5, and then it turns out to be like a Barbie doll dream house. And I'm that's really funny. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I mean, again, that's the onion, man. It's things that I wouldn't have thought. So fast track me. I know you guys, since the last time we had Chris Kelly on, you guys have been digging a lot. You and I were talking before we started recording about all the adjustments you guys are making to really beef it up and like have different, you were talking about triggers and all the different content and redoing the curriculum. I took the first one. I loved it, man. It was so overwhelming, but so exciting, because I got to see all the things that you're doing.